I watched 5 movies that came out in March and I'm going to rank them. Now, in last place, we have Spaceman. What I liked about this movie is that there are some cool visuals and the floating effects on Adam Sandler did look cool. The CGI also wasn't that bad, at least in the beginning. The spider was a cool body for Adam Sandler and they had a fun dynamic. But then we come to the stuff that I didn't really like, and that's this movie is very similar to Interstellar. You know, like something weird is going on in our solar system and family plays a big role in the movie. It's also boring for a long time because it wanted to be depressing too much. It also takes ages till we reach that weird dust. And when they get there, it seemed like their budget ran out. So overall, a 2.5 out of 5. Now, in number 4, we have Damsel. What I liked about this movie is that it is a fantasy movie and we don't get a lot of fantasy movies. So that's cool. The dragon also has a very cool design and it also gets a cool backstory. There's also some cool costume design and weird Shakespeare style speaking, which I liked. But then on the other hand, this movie was very predictable because the trailer practically reveals everything of the plot. So naturally, it was very predictable. Also, none of the characters get any character depth, like not even a little, except for the dragon, which is weird. The CGI was terrible at times as well. And in the end, the story is quite repetitive. I mean, it's a girl in a cave trying to survive. So overall, a 2.5 out of 5. Now, number 3, we have Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. What I liked about this movie is that we have cool practical effects for the ghosts, like for Slimer. And seeing the old Ghostbusters back is quite cool. I also liked how they built up the bad guy, Garaka. My favorite part about this movie is definitely the intro sequence. It's just very atmospheric. What I don't like about this movie is just it's very boring over long parts. My biggest problem with this movie is that the focus is set wrong. The focus is on the old cast and the relationship that Phoebe has with someone or something, not gonna spoil. Instead of just starting with Frozen New York. And also, even though I liked the bad guy's build-up, his payoff, well, that wasn't good. So overall, a 2.5 out of 5. At number 2, we have Godzilla Kong: The New Empire. And I liked it, honestly. I mean, it's stupid, obviously. It doesn't have any real plot. And, I mean, the human characters are so one-dimensional. You just don't care about them. I mean, that's not the main focus on these movies. The main focus is action with titans, and we get a lot here, and it's great as well. But my only negative there is that sometimes we don't have a sense of scale. Like if we're in Hollow Earth, you really don't know how big Kong is or that baby monkey. But otherwise, I mean, stupid but very fun. So overall, it's definitely a 3 out of 5 for me. Now, at number 1, what else did you expect? It's obviously Dune Part 2. Let's first start with a negative aspect of this movie, which is the only negative aspect I have, and that is there are too many different characters who get neglected, such as Christopher Walken as the Emperor, Baron Harkonnen, and Princess Irulan. They're all very interesting characters, but they don't get enough screen time, in my opinion. Now, that's everything negative. Let's come to the positive stuff. Dune Part 2 is a visual masterpiece with flawless CGI and a great mix of CGI and practical effects. The sound design is probably the best I've seen or heard, better said, in a movie. The costume designs are great, the action is fantastic as well, and well choreographed. Fade Rotha as a bad guy is just great and also represents everything Paul shouldn't be, which is also cool. The story of Paul becoming the leader of the Fremen and leading them into war is great and raises many moral questions. Overall rating, this movie is definitely a 4.5, maybe even a 5 out of 5. Now, to check out how good Godzilla x Kong is, click here. That's been it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and bye.